Your car hesitates, shifts strangely, or lights up the dashboard, and the shop wants hundreds just to diagnose it. But here's the truth. In many cases, nothing is broken. Your car's computer is just out of sync. In this video, I'll show you 13 free reset tricks you can do at home that can bring your car back to life in minutes. And stay till the end. The last reset is one most mechanics never mention. Let's start. Reset 13. Climate Control System Reset. Your AC starts acting strange. Airflow feels weak, temperature won't stay consistent, or the system blows hot and cold at random. Most drivers assume the compressor is failing, but often the issue is the climate control module getting confused. Modern HVAC systems use electric actuators and sensors to control airflow direction, temperature blend doors, and fan speed. A battery disconnect, low voltage, or electrical glitch can cause those actuators to lose their calibration. A reset can bring everything back into sync. How to reset the climate control system. Turn the ignition off. Disconnect the negative battery terminal. Wait about 15 minutes to fully drain stored power. Reconnect the battery and start the car. Set the climate system to auto or max cold if auto isn't available, and let it run for a few minutes without touching any controls. This allows the HVAC module to relearn actuator positions. Many drivers notice steadier temperatures, improved airflow, and quieter operation without touching a single tool. This trick works like a charm on most older domestic vehicles, especially Ford and GM models. It's the perfect first step if you suspect a stuck blend door is ruining your cabin temp. However, keep in mind that on many high-end modern cars, these actuators are fully digital and might require a professional scan tool to recalibrate if the battery pull doesn't do the trick. Reset 12. Power Window Reset. You just replaced your battery or jump-started your car, and suddenly your windows feel broken. You tap the button for the one-touch auto up feature, but the window stops halfway. Or worse, you have to hold the button the entire time just to get it to close. Your window motor isn't dying, and the switch isn't broken. Your car's computer simply has amnesia. It lost the calibration for the window's top and bottom limits. To fix it, you don't need a mechanic. You just need to teach the car where the glass ends. How to reset the power windows. Turn the ignition to the on position. Engine doesn't need to be running. Push the window button down and hold it until the window is fully open. Continue holding the button down for a full 5 seconds after the window has reached the bottom. Immediately pull the button up to close the window completely. Continue holding the button up for another 5 seconds after the window is fully closed. Test it. Let go of the button, then give it one quick one-touch click. The window should now zip up and down automatically with a single touch. This works on almost every vehicle, from Toyotas to BMWs, and saves you the massive frustration of fighting with your windows every time you go through a drive-thru or a toll booth. Reset 11. Throttle Position Sensor, TPS, Reset. You press the accelerator, and the car hesitates. Sometimes it jerks while cruising. Other times, the response just feels delayed, like the engine isn't listening. In many cases, the problem isn't mechanical at all. It's the throttle position sensor losing calibration. This often happens after a weak battery, carbon buildup, or simply years of normal driving. When the TPS forgets the full range of your pedal movement, the engine computer gets confused, and your throttle response suffers. The fix is surprisingly simple. How to reset the TPS. Insert the key and turn it to the on position without starting the engine. Slowly press the gas pedal all the way to the floor. Hold for a moment, then release. Turn the key back to off and wait about 10 seconds. Start the car and let it idle for a few minutes without touching the pedal. This retrains the sensor to recognize the full pedal sweep. Most drivers immediately notice smoother acceleration, sharper response, and less hesitation, almost like the car remembered how it used to feel when it was new. Note that these pedal sequences are very model-specific. The 3-pump method is a classic secret for Nissan and Infiniti owners. But if you're driving a European car like a BMW, Mercedes, or Volkswagen, you usually won't pump the pedal. Instead, you'll just hold it firmly to the floor for a full 30 seconds to trigger the reset. Check which method your specific brand uses. Reset 10. ABS warning light reset. You're driving normally when the ABS light suddenly turns on. The brakes feel fine, but that glowing warning instantly raises concern. Most people assume the braking system is failing. In reality, the ABS light often stays on due to a temporary fault. Low brake fluid, a weak battery, or dirt on a wheel speed sensor can confuse the system. Even after the issue clears, the warning light may remain stored in memory. Sometimes all it needs is a reset. How to reset the ABS light. Turn the ignition completely off. Locate the ABS fuse and remove it carefully. Leave it out for about 15 minutes to clear stored data. Reinstall the fuse, start the engine, and drive slowly so the system can recalibrate. If the light was triggered by a glitch, it will disappear, and your braking system returns to normal without a shop visit. Proceed with a bit of caution here. While pulling the fuse clears the brain of the system, it won't fix a broken part. If you reinstall the fuse and the light pops back on after driving just 50 feet, you likely have a physical sensor failure or a broken wire that needs a hands-on repair. If the light stays off, you're good to go. Reset 9. Mass Airflow MAF Sensor Reset. Imagine sitting at a red light with a rough idle. When you pull away, the car stumbles. Fuel economy drops, and nothing seems consistent anymore. A common and often ignored cause is the mass airflow sensor. Located just after the air filter, this sensor measures incoming air so the engine can deliver the correct fuel mixture. When it becomes dirty or misreads airflow, the engine runs poorly, causing hesitation, stalling, bad MPG, or even a check engine light. Resetting and cleaning it can make a dramatic difference. How to reset the MAF sensor. Disconnect the negative battery cable and wait about 15 minutes. Remove the MAF sensor, usually secured with 2 screws near the air filter. Spray the sensor elements with a dedicated MAF cleaner. Never touch the wires. Let it dry completely, then reinstall it and reconnect the battery. Start the engine and allow it to idle so the ECU can relearn airflow data. After this reset, many drivers notice smoother idle, improved fuel economy, and more stable acceleration, all from a simple maintenance step that costs almost nothing. One massive rule here: only use dedicated MAF sensor cleaner. Never, ever use WD-40, brake cleaner, or carb cleaner. Those chemicals are too harsh and will leave a film that can destroy the delicate wires inside the sensor, turning a $10 cleaning job into a $200 replacement. Reset 8. ECU Hard Reset. Few things spike anxiety faster than a sudden check engine light, limp mode kicking in, or a transmission that no longer behaves normally. It feels expensive, fast. But in many cases, nothing has actually failed. The real problem is the ECU, your car's main computer, holding on to bad, learned data. Over time, it constantly adapts fuel delivery, idle behavior, and shifting strategy. A weak battery, sensor hiccup, or poor fuel can cause it to learn the wrong patterns. And once that happens, the car starts working against itself. An ECU hard reset clears those corrupted memories and forces the system to start fresh. How to perform an ECU hard reset. Disconnect both the positive and negative battery cables. Touch the cable ends together for about 30 seconds to drain residual power. Reconnect the cables securely. Start the engine and let it idle undisturbed for about 10 minutes. This wipes learned errors and restores factory baseline settings. Many drivers notice the check engine light disappears, throttle response improves, and overall drivability feels smoother almost immediately. But the ECU isn't the only computer learning your habits. Your transmission has a memory of its own, And when that goes bad, the symptoms are impossible to ignore. And since you're still watching, you clearly care about saving money and avoiding unnecessary repairs. Tap like and subscribe. More proven fixes are coming. Reset 7. Transmission Adaptive Reset. Does your car slam into gear, hesitate before shifting, downshift randomly, or hunt for gears in traffic? That's usually not a mechanical failure. It's the transmission's adaptive memory losing its calibration. Modern gearboxes constantly adjust shift timing based on how you drive. But after a dead battery, heavy stop-and-go traffic, or long-term wear, the computer can store poor habits that make shifting feel rough and unpredictable. Resetting it clears those bad patterns. How to reset the transmission. Turn the key to the on position without starting the engine. Press the brake firmly and slowly move the shifter through every gear: park, reverse, neutral, drive, pausing briefly at each. Leave it in drive for about 30 seconds, then return to park. Start the engine and drive gently for about 10 minutes so the system can relearn. Afterward, shifts are typically smoother, hesitation is reduced, and the transmission feels more in tune with your driving style, like it finally understands what you want. This manual shifter dance is great for older automatics, but on ultra-modern 8-speed or 10-speed transmissions, the computer is much more stubborn. If this doesn't solve your rough shifting, you may need a technician to perform a reset adaptations command using a professional OBD2 scan tool. But even with perfect shifts, a rough idle can make a car feel unreliable. That leads directly to the next reset. Reset 6. Idle air control relearn. You stop at a light, and instead of a calm idle, the engine shakes, surges, or threatens to stall. Sometimes the RPMs spike too high. Other times they dip so low the engine almost quits. This usually means the idle air control system has lost its reference point. It commonly happens after a battery disconnect, throttle body cleaning, or when the computer forgets how much air the engine needs at idle. The good news? Nothing needs replacing. It just needs to relearn. How to reset idle air control. Start the engine with everything off: AC, lights, radio, all accessories. Let it idle untouched for about 5 minutes. Turn on the AC and headlights and allow it to idle another 5 minutes. Turn everything back off, then take a short drive to help the ECU finalize adjustments. Once complete, idle speed stabilizes, vibrations fade, and the engine responds smoothly when loads change. No more stalls at intersections or embarrassing shaking at red lights. Reset 5. Fuel trim reset. You haven't changed how you drive, yet you're stopping at the gas station more often. Acceleration feels weaker, and the fuel gauge drops faster than it used to. This usually means the engine computer is relying on outdated fuel trim data. Over time, issues like a dirty air filter, low-quality fuel, or a sensor misread can cause the ECU to over-adjust fuel delivery. Even after the original issue is gone, those poor corrections can stay locked in, hurting both performance and mileage. Resetting the fuel trims clears those stored adjustments. How to reset fuel trims. Disconnect the negative battery cable and leave it off for about 30 minutes. Reconnect the battery securely. Start the engine and allow it to idle for a few minutes without touching the accelerator. Take a short drive at mixed speeds, both city and highway, to help the system relearn. Afterward, many drivers notice stronger throttle response, smoother acceleration, and improved fuel efficiency. It's like giving the engine a second chance to balance power and economy correctly. But while fuel efficiency matters, steering problems can make driving feel unsafe. That brings us to the next reset. Reset 4. Electric Power Steering, EPS reset. This lock-to-lock method is actually the factory standard procedure for Volkswagen, Audi, and Honda vehicles. If your steering feels heavy or notched after a battery change, this is almost always the fix they would perform at the dealership. You start the car, and the steering wheel feels heavier than normal. Some turns require more effort, while others feel fine. If your vehicle uses electric power steering, this often happens after a dead battery, jump start, or battery disconnect. The steering control module loses its calibration, throwing off assist levels. Before assuming something is broken, try resetting it. How to reset electric power steering. Turn the ignition to on without starting the engine. Slowly turn the steering wheel fully left and hold for 5 seconds. Turn it fully right and hold for another 5 seconds. Return the wheel to center, then start the engine. In most cases, steering assist returns to normal, light at low speeds, firmer at higher speeds, and consistent throughout. It feels like the system finally snaps back into place. And since you've come this far, you already know how much these simple resets can save. Hit like and subscribe. More money-saving fixes are ahead. Reset 3. Battery Management System, BMS Reset. You replace the battery, and suddenly things feel off. The start-stop system stops working. Charging voltage looks strange. Warning lights appear out of nowhere. Modern cars monitor battery health through a battery management system. When a new battery is installed without resetting that system, the computer still thinks the old, weak battery is in place. That mismatch can confuse charging behavior and even reduce the lifespan of your new battery. A BMS reset fixes that. How to reset the battery management system. Turn the ignition to on. Press and hold the brake pedal. While holding the brake, press the accelerator fully and hold for about 10 seconds. Release both pedals and turn the ignition off. Start the car normally and let it idle for a few minutes. Once complete, charging behavior normalizes, start-stop functions return, and the system recognizes the battery as healthy, protecting your investment and restoring reliability. But if the car still refuses to start, or you see a flashing security light, the issue may not be electrical at all. It could be the key itself. Reset 2. Key fob and immobilizer reset. You turn the key. Nothing happens. Or the dash flashes a security light and the engine won't even try to crank. Before assuming the worst, know this. It's often not a starter or engine problem. It's the immobilizer system losing communication with the key. This can happen after a weak battery, replacing a key fob, or an electrical glitch. The system is doing its job, preventing theft, but it ends up locking out the owner. A simple reset can restore that connection. How to reset the key fob and immobilizer? Insert the key and turn it to the on position without starting the engine. Leave it there for about 10 minutes or until the security light stops flashing. Turn the key to off and wait at least 10 seconds. Repeat this process 3 times. On the final cycle, start the engine normally. If the issue was just a lost sync, the engine will start and the security light will remain off. It's like giving the car and key a fresh handshake. Trust restored. Reset 1. Airbag warning light reset. You start the car and the airbag light doesn't go away. Instantly, concern sets in. Are the airbags disabled, or is something seriously wrong? In many cases, it's not a failure at all. A weak battery, brief sensor error, or even unplugging a seat connector during interior cleaning can trigger the warning. While real airbag faults should always be inspected professionally, a false alert is common and often clears with a reset. How to reset the airbag light. Turn the key to the on position and wait for the airbag light to turn on. The moment the light turns off, switch the key back to off. Repeat this cycle 3 to 4 times. Then start the car normally and check the dashboard. If the light was caused by a temporary glitch, it should disappear, confirming your airbag system is still active and ready if it's ever needed. That peace of mind alone makes this reset worth trying. But safety warnings aren't the only thing that can quietly drain your wallet. Poor fuel economy can be just as frustrating. And that's it. 13 powerful car resets that can clear warning lights, restore performance, and save you hundreds in unnecessary repairs. If this guide helped you, hit like, subscribe for more mechanic-approved tips, and drop a comment below telling us which reset worked for you. And don't stop here. Check out the next video, where we reveal secret techniques that can make your engine feel brand new again. You won't want to miss it.